Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for having me here. Not to take very long with with that, but I think what you're doing is very important to let people see where we stand, and I'd like to thank you guys for that. To the question, what my stance on implementation of the funding at the time when this was the hot topic. I was downtown, and I watched at least 100 people get up and speak, and they were very concerned about the tax. And I am for downtown revitalization, but as far as taxes, at this present time and at that time, I cannot say I am for that type of tax. There's a lot of people that I'm running into as I knock on the doors that are really hurting, and the ones that are really hurting are your fixed incomes, the people that are retired, that are living on Social Security, and I thought this might be a small circumstance, but it's turned into a larger circumstance as I've hit around 750 homes now. I've ran into many people that are making decisions between medicines and their light bills, and it's just tough right now on a lot of people. I think priorities have to come first, and the priorities are the people that live in our town. I, with that being said, I think it could have been financed in a different way, maybe through the TIF system. It may have taken longer to get it going, but I can't take the expense of certain people that are struggling right now, and there's quite a few. And that's pretty much what I've seen on the streets. But I think it will play a role in the future of Owensboro. Not like I said, I'm not against it. I am for it, but I would have done it in a different way. I'm more of a guy that's for private investment and private investors. I really think we had some opportunities in the past for private investors to take some things, and that would have been a more efficient way to go. Sometimes when government gets involved, sometimes it gets in the way. There's a lot of red tape and things like that, but that's pretty much my stance on that.
Since the tax has been adopted and that plan is moving forward, do you support continuing with that, or is this something that you would look to repeal, or what do you see as the future for this?
I do not see repealing it. It's already in play, and now the challenge is to make it work, and from what I've seen and from this and the things that I've looked at in the past of what has worked downtown, there was a time back in the 60s where downtown was very popular, and it was because that's where the people lived. I think one of the main components to getting the master plan to work, and I believe a lot of other people have stated this, and a lot of other cities have seen this, is people have to live in the downtown area, in that core. And is it possible? Yes, we can make it happen. And I think the type of people that we need on the commission are people that can make things happen, and I think I'm one of those people that have the ability to make things happen.
With the downtown event center, the price tag for that hasn't necessarily been set. There's been talk about it potentially costing more than a combined $27 million investment from the city and the county. What are your thoughts about the city upping its investment for the event center if needed, or how would you approach that decision?
Well, I was concerned about that we would not have enough money to complete it correctly from the beginning. I didn't think we had the right amount of money to do it correctly. And I'm not willing to go back to the taxpayers and ask them for more. As I said earlier, they right now have enough on their plates, just making it week by week for their families, and we'll have to use some other ideas maybe. Sometimes money's not always the answer. Sometimes it's ideas. And there's a lot of ideas out there that we may need to tap into, and there may be things that I haven't thought of, and that comes into listening to the people. There's a lot of good people out there with a lot of good ideas, and I think we need to listen up a little bit more and do a lot less talking and a lot more listening to people.